So ultimately the still might not be marble in front of the administration building. I'm in front of it right now, and but it is very much size specific, size pertinent to what I call aesthetically appealing, at least to my taste. I took a deeper look because usually when I come past here, sometimes it's at night since I might be, sometimes, I sometimes only eat once a day and it's at night. And so when I came out before, I thought it was a marble finish, but it looks like it might be granite or some type of other material. Do you know if that's marble or granite?
Huh?
Do you know if the flooring is marble or granite?
It looks like granite, don't it?
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's been there a while.
Yeah, I can see that. So the girls around here do read. But hey, how are you guys? Pretty good. But it's really great. I like it. And then I like the white marble exterior as well. And I don't think that actually might be marble or it couldn't be. But the interior, as you might see in the other clips, if I do upload this on my YouTube channel, I'm trying to finish off only 310 videos. I don't know which land architect they use, but it's interesting horticulture. Anyways, I don't want to do more than 310 videos, but I like the white marble um, and I like the white marble and the concrete interior. I don't know if I would use concrete inside. Just we do some concrete squares and there we have it. So anyways, there are other administration buildings here as well. And that's the museum again. There apparently was somebody did some sand art over there. Legislative building. So if you need to drop your mail off, drop it off by 4. Okay. Okay, bitch. I'm just messing with you. But I think I'm gonna maybe grab some lunch. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah. I think, okay, so that's the North Carolina Nature Science Museum and the state capitol straight ahead right there. And then the North Carolina History Museum is right here. I think that's so if this is the Nature Museum, I think there's one more museum beside it. And then there's Marbles Kids Museum is over by the bus terminal. And then there's another museum. There's the Raleigh Museum that's on Fayetteville Street. Is kind of brand new, or maybe not exactly brand new. The building's old, but I think they just maybe moved it there a few years ago. So yeah, I wasn't there early, like maybe a couple months ago. So I saw the Dale Earnhardt car, and he's from North Carolina. And longleaf pine habitat. Okay, bird. Okay, bird. So changing, as Beyonce's song says, I am changing. Oh, actually, somebody else sang it in the movie. The state of North Carolina. So what else? Okay, so the Indian like Indian artifacts and it also had other stuff as well. I'm trying to remember. So they had like tents from like the Indian days, and then they had, and we could go in because it's free, but I'm not gonna worry about it. And then they also had like other stuff. I didn't go through the whole museum, but the Indian part was really interesting because you could play the movie, and I was suggesting that they added an updated exhibit since, you know, segregation ended. And, you know, when I was in school versus when my parents or their parents were in school, there was segregation. I never experienced literal segregation. I never experienced segregation in school because everybody went to school together. I won't say party together, but, you know, like we were all in school together and stuff like that. So it was really, you know, pretty much integrated time versus the segregated time. It was integrated. So when I got to college, things were the same, especially at Wake Tech, until I got, well, I had a white friend at SCCU. Hey, how y'all doing? So, this is the Bicentennial Mall. I see no vehicles of any kind beyond this point without a permit. 733-3855. And there goes the Capitol. I remember when I was in elementary school or middle school, we sang there. I said on my video the other day, I sang lead for some type of African play for my elementary school, Washington. And then in middle school, I was in honors chorus, and I remember we sang like a Christmas concert there, the honors choir, honors chorus, the Rotunda. There's Christ Church and First Baptist. Well, I guess it's still segregated because they call that the white First Baptist, and then there's the black First Baptist over there. I mean, of course, blacks can go there, but I don't know. That must just be from 100. They're both old churches. Because when I went there, I said, this is so ancient. Like the wood in here is like shredding and creaking and cracking. Hey, how y'all doing? So this is the Capitol, state Capitol. Yes, ma'am. And take that. And state Capitol Police right there. Somebody brought their audio up there, didn't they? There's the Air Force, Marines, Army. World War I happened right here. That's World War II. Thank you. The Coast Guard. Okay, so yeah, we sang in that Rotunda. It was a very studious time. Middle school and elementary school, or at least elementary and college. Elementary and college was studious. I got distracted. That's between years and being an artist, you know? So, yeah. Oh my goodness. So, I'm having to tie my pants because I need to go get a belt because I finally hit my mark. And I wear a size 30, not a 32 like always when I was a kid, but my new size, I was in New York for almost 3 years now. It's a 30, but I knew I would gain weight when I got back to North Carolina, and I did. And so then I was like, but I also knew that I would get back to my new weight, and I did. And here recently, maybe a month or two ago, and so yeah, we sang there. It's the Wells Fargo building. It's not that new. It's like maybe 20 years old. But transportation. Oh, we already said Christ Church. There's a appeals court. There's another court building. There's the Black First Baptist. We said the White First Baptist was over there. And that's the one I played out when I was a kid. I was the pianist for the youth choir for about a year when I was 17. until I left or resigned. Well, not resigned, but moved on, and I eventually moved to New Jersey, got my GED, and I was a musician at a Pentecostal church there for about a year as well. Came back home, started college, started at my parents' church, and I was their staff pianist for 7 years while studying music in college and stuff like that. And there's my church I go to regularly. Well, when I first got back to North Carolina a little over a year ago, when I'm vacationing, quote unquote. First Presbyterian Church. So, yeah, my sister-in-law works there at this Court of Appeals, Tracy. My brother Juan's wife. There's the quote-unquote Black First Baptist. I went there a couple Sundays ago for the first time in years, and they were having their 8 o'clock service, and they bought the building next door to the church, I guess in the past 10 years. And so they were having service there, and I guess they call it like their family life building or something. Like, you know how churches buy new buildings, they expand and get bigger and richer, and then they buy another building, they call it the Family Life Center. So that's what they've done, but because they're downtown, they couldn't do it in a renovated big building on a big lot of beautiful grass, manicured landscape design grass. So they had to do it in a downtown building, which is fine because downtown has its goods, considering the fact that I've been staying in a hotel for the past 3 weeks here or a month here while I was working at the Chamber of Commerce temporarily, that I was able to finally appreciate downtown because everything's so convenient. I didn't have to, I could walk everywhere, walk to get food, walk to work, since it was downtown and stuff like that. And so it was pretty decent. I could walk to the store and stuff like that. So I'll give you 4 things, 4 reasons. I'll give you one more. I could walk, I could, meet someone here because they're already not in the downtown area. So that was kind of made it convenient. If I were meeting someone, one of my new networks for my company or for my fundraising effort for my senior year of college online, then I could, meet them downtown, tell them more about what I'm doing in my company, show them my name badge, type in my website, show them the website or whatever they wanted to do, could have done that downtown. So, hey, Alexander Square.